Right, welcome back. So this is a repair video. Now this machine was on hire for quite a few days, and I went on holiday. Did explain to them I was going away for a week, and as usual we get a problem. So I'll talk you through the three problems that they had. The first issue was they went to start the machine, couldn't start it, and this lever was forward, so obviously talked them through that one. And the other issue was the next day they couldn't get the crusher to operate. Turns out someone had pressed this stop switch, so they were all easy to deal with over the phone. However, the next issue is this. So it was catastrophic damage. What's happened is this plate that goes on top of the jaw has somehow popped out from here, and then the machine's gone back and this has all been bent up. So the question I have to ask is, why did that happen? And I think I've found out the reason. So if you look at the adjustments on the side here, you've got two spacers here in front of the jaw. If we go around the other side, they've put three in. So what that's meant is that the jaw has twisted inside the machine, and then as the curvature plate has gone back, it's bent slightly. And with every time the plate's gone back inside the machine, it's bent more and more to a point where it's then obviously sprung out from in there and then bent itself back. So that kind of damage is down to the hire. They do sign something to say that it must be adjusted in according with instructions. So, you know, they're bound to rights on that one. This isn't technically a wear and tear item. This is the sort of damage I've never encountered in 20 years of doing this. I've had a little bit chip off one of these before, but not to this extent. So what does that mean? Basically, I've got to take this hopper off, fold the hopper off. I've got to move the jaw forwards. I've got to take these two side panels out, and I've got to try and drive this pin out. It may be that I can't drive the pin out because I've got to physically cut the lugs off that this is held on with. I've got a spare one of these, so I can hopefully fit that today and get this machine back up and running. It needs a steam clean, it needs a service. There's a couple of other issues I just want to look at. A conveyor belt needs stripped down and cleaning out. But I think this could take a bit of time. So this is what we're going to work on now, and hopefully you'll see what's involved in repairing it. Right, so already there's a problem. Because the jaw's already forward, I can't get to those front bolts. So I'm going to take the ones out that I can get to, both sides, and then I'll risk bringing the machine jaw backwards just to get these other ones out. And can't see any other way around that, unfortunately. Okay. by that, caught me by surprise. There's a bolt trapped between the jaw and the outer casing, so that's what that noise was. Right, still got the bolt trap there.
The concrete had gone over the back here.
I think I'll have to go forward to get that out. I'll try and get this other plate off. In actual fact, I've got to get the jaw forward to get that out because this top pin that holds this in has moved this way and it's jamming it. So I'll move the jaw forward, that'll release that bolt. Right, hasn't moved that bolt, but that's okay. Should be able to get this out now. There's always something stopping you. And that is that bolt there. Got it. Right, okay, plate removed. Think I'm going to also have to adjust the jaw angle to get the jaw forward because I'm not lining up with the pin on the side. So we'll do that next. Between the back of the jaw and the inside. But luckily it hasn't ripped off the pipe for the greasing and it hasn't damaged the ram, so that in some respects is good news, well certainly for them anyway, because that would have been even more damage. Right, so I'm going to have a go driving this pin out, but I'm not holding out much hope. Just move that a bit more. I need to move the jaw back a tad further than it already is, but I don't think it's going to go. We'll just I'll take out the red spacers, which might help a little bit. Right, it's moved a fair bit, so I'll just see what I can achieve now. Yeah, that's actually not helped at all. It's moved it further back. That is better. Let's just see how we get on. Don't have a bar that's going to go through there. Right, so I've got this pin. This pin's slightly smaller. We'll just see what happens. I would say very little. Right, okay, so I'm going to say that this plate is bending so far back that way, it's put too much pressure on the pin. So my only hope really is, I think I'm going to have to try and jam something inside to try and bend that back, or what I could do is get a strap around this and get the forklift on it. So if I can do that, that might bend back, but I think it'll just pick the machine up, to be honest, if I do that, which is not really what I'm trying to achieve. Yeah, I think that's the only way to do that, is to try and bend that back. I need to get to the pins anyway, or I need to get to the collars that are welded on this. I'm probably going to have to cut into them to get them off. There is a grub screw holding one of them in. So I think I'll work on cutting that off. I think that's the answer next. And then I'll be able to get to those pins. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut through here, and then that gives me scope to at least bend this back a little bit, and I might be able to drive that out. So I'll switch you off for a minute while I cut through that. Right, that looks promising. In actual fact, that's going to go back a bit further than I thought, so I may have to trim a little bit off this, but having said that, it should clear that bar there. Okay, right, I can't get the pin in, but I can't actually put it down there. I'm going to have to take this off, you can't see that from there. But let's get this pin back in. That's the first job. And then what I'll do is I'll adjust the jaw so that I can get the jaw open. Get these teeth done, get this top pin back in. Right, let's get this top, see how far this top pin will go in. Nothing wrong with this, so that's good news. I should be able to use that. Wow, I'm actually able to push that in without a hammer. Oh, I think I just jinxed myself. Wow, how come that was so easy? What is going on? Things are never that easy. That's actually quite remarkable that that's done that. However, I have made a mistake. I haven't lined up the grub screw holes, so I'll just drive that back. Line the grub screw holes up. Might as well make some sort of effort. Right, that's good, that's lined up nicely. Right, nearly there. Okay, just gone a little bit too far, so I'll just tap it back slightly. There, that's pretty good. Right, get the airliner, just clean those holes out. Bit of WD. Right, okay, I'm quite pleased with that. That really has gone a lot better than I thought. So, I think what I'll do now, I'll get this top pin put back in. Then I'll get the ram pulled backwards to get these teeth done. Now I've got to take this plate off here, and then we can see if this closes. Now this may not close, and the only reason I say that is because sometimes I have to trim a little bit off this, just to get it to close enough, but not too much so that it doesn't pop up above this. I have also noticed, I'll show you guys in a minute, but inside here is completely jammed up with various bits of stuff that they've crushed. And yeah, I think actually that's contributed to the fact that that has bent. So combination of factors really. We'll get that cleaned out when we steam clean the machine, obviously. Right, let's get this top pin put back in. So just an update, the machine's now put back together, and I've had this modified. I've had an extra bit of angle put on to extend the bottom of this out so that that will sit in there, and it just gives a bit of extra protection in case that plate tries to come forward any further than past this. Hopefully stop that happening again. So pretty happy with that. That's all repaired. I had to cut a section out from here to get this to close further down. It's quite normal on these, they always need a bit of adjustment. There's 2 new bolts on that side, teeth rather, and 2 teeth that side. So just going to bolt this back together and test it, and it should be good, but quite happy with that. That's now repaired.